Good evening and welcome to Denton Connection. I'm Jordan Miller. You know, when you think about Denton, one of the first things that comes to mind is music, and there's no question of its impact in the city. But there's so much more of Denton that you may not know about, and some of it's a little quirky. Tonight, we're going to talk about a bearded lady, show you a plant store that's out of the ordinary, and ask the question, when does a steak look like a donut? But first, we all know that we've been going through challenging times these past months. Stress and anxiety is a feeling that we're all too familiar with. But the impact of mental health and mental well-being goes far beyond COVID-19. A Denton County nonprofit called The Art Room is opening up opportunities to live better lives. Here's Shania Khan and Roni Perez to introduce you to The Art Room.
Mental health surrounds our psychological, emotional, and social well-being. The Art Room here in Denton is a studio where people can express how they are feeling while also finding therapy with the art they engage with. Marlis Lamar, founder of the nonprofit, talks a little bit more about this organization.
What we do here is we just provide the means to create, the means to do the artwork. And we see that in itself as being therapeutic. And as I said before, it does have a benefit to people physiologically, emotionally, psychologically.
Opening their doors to adult and college students since 2019, Marlis Lamar mentions how in the Art Room, the creative process is a therapy.
I look at doing that and also this is where the art comes in for me, working through people's strengths and finding ways to integrate those strengths and also just be a little more balanced in life. So in using art, art has been found to be very calming, relaxing. It increases some of the positive neurotransmitters, positive feeling neurotransmitters, and decreases the stress hormones. So that's, to me, the benefit of using art.
Running an art studio that focuses on mental health would not be possible without the help of several board members and volunteers it has.
Here in the Art Room, when participants come in, my role as a mental health volunteer is to make sure people feel welcome and they feel comfortable and that they feel like they're in a really safe environment to be creative and self-expressive. We also always have artist volunteers, so there's always at least one mental health volunteer and one artist. And the artist volunteer will help somebody with choosing the proper supplies or learning a new technique or experimenting with a different kind of tool or material. I think that the Art Room is a very important piece of our community, and I want to continue to support that because I believe that it is community for so many people, and this is where they experience community the most and in the safest way for them.
With COVID putting a pause for in-person classes, the Art Room continues to have weekly Zoom meetings where participants can focus on their art and take care of their mental well-being.
Anything that you can do to work towards health is important. I think Mental Illness Awareness Week is so that to help people not feel alone, right? And things are always worse when you feel like you're the only one experiencing it. And so if people will realize that there's help available and seek out and realize that they're not alone and that there are people who care and that there's treatment for mental health just like there is for your physical health.
For anyone struggling with a mental health issue, I'd say just tackle it, face it, address it, and don't give up. There's always something out there. A lot of times people have had bad experiences with therapy or with doctors or whatever, and I just say keep trying, keep finding, looking for that therapy or that person that's going to be helpful, because there's somebody out there that will help you.
For NTTV, I'm Roni Perez.
While some people turn to art as part of their lives, others look to nature. And in particular, one local plant store is working to bring people closer to nature. And even if you don't have a green thumb, True Leaf Studio will help you find a bright spot in your home. Theodore Stilinski and I spoke with the owner of True Leaf Studio for more. With the COVID-19 virus limiting fun activities, some have turned to other entertainment outlets, and one Denton business is providing a green way of having fun at home.
Our dream was always to have like a little bit of a plant shop, art studio, natural objects, combination sort of thing, but it never really came to pass until we saw this building, and it just all seemed to work.
True Leaf Studio doubles as a plant store and an art studio, where Denton residents can come in and purchase unique, living decor for their homes and offices.
True Leaf is a plant shop and an art studio. In the past, we had a bunch of classes planned, and those will come back around again once everything smooths out a little. So for right now, we're mainly just doing plant retail. We do plant care tips. We kind of help people set up their houses. We do private consultations for businesses and homes to help them stage, areas and stuff depending on their light. So we do have some services and stuff like that, but primarily it's retail.
As for why Denton residents should choose to shop at True Leaf over other plant retailers, True Leaf offers a unique selection of plants that you can't find anywhere else.
We like the weird ones. We don't like anything that a lot of the big box stores tend to carry. When we go plant shopping, we primarily look for what is rare or unique or super funky looking or things like that. We try to carry stuff that is a little more specialty.
Another one of True Leaf's missions is to teach clients about their plants and to provide them with the skills to grow as cultivators.
It's more about educating people on plants than it is just shoving them plants and saying, kind of hope for the best.
With the changes that COVID has imposed on small businesses, True Leaf has adapted to only allow one client in the store at a time. But this hasn't stopped True Leaf from finding the sunlight in darkness.
It gives you a second to just stop and connect with another person where there's no pressure, there's there's nothing that's loud and noisy and just constant, and it kind of gives you a second to come in, there's plants, it's calm, there's good music, and it just gives you a second to just catch a breath. So I think that part has been wonderful, and I kind of don't really want that to go away.
Is an amazing place to stop and smell the roses. When life gets crazy, students, families, and all types of Denton residents are welcome at True Leaf to take a breath and to take in the scenery.
I think that Denton is very community-centered, and I think that having a responsibility of creating a place that is welcoming and warm and convenient but not high pressure is really important for college kids, first of all, for families that can have somewhere safe to go to, since we're just doing one at a time and we're just masks and all that kind of stuff. It's some people tell me it's one of the only places they go because they feel like it's going to be safe.
At the end of the day, True Leaf is planting the seeds for fun, peace, and life for Denton residents, one plant at a time.
I think it's important to have little staples in Denton that all people feel comfortable being, and plants make people happy.
When we come back, we're going to answer the age-old question, when does a steak look like a donut?
Have you ever wondered how your favorite beer makes it from the brewery to the store and then into your house? Here at Armadillo Ale Works, we'll show you how right after the break.
Welcome back to Denton Connection. I'm Jordan Miller. Denton is home to a brewery that embraces the artistic lifestyle here in the city. Armadillo Ale Works is found all around Denton, but while many people appreciate what they're drinking, others appreciate what they're seeing. Here's Cammie Farrell and Chance Williams for more.
Last week I talked to you about Denton's art scene, but today I'm going to be talking to you about a different type of art, the art of brewing, here at Armadillo Ale Works.
My former business partner, Yanni Arestis, and I, we started with the plan of opening Armadillo. We had no idea how we were going to do it.
Bobby and his friend entered their business proposal in a contest at UNT and placed third. They won a grant that helped them get started. The pair had humble beginnings by making sodas in the basement of Andy's, and Bobby would sell those sodas out of his pickup truck.
That kind of caught the attention of the owners of Deep Ellum Brewing Company, and they approached us to come brew on a larger scale out of their facility.
Armadillo Ale Works spent years brewing in Deep Ellum, but Bobby still had dreams of a solo venture. After a few bumps in the road, Bobby opened a brewery in June of 2018 with a unique mascot.
Always kind of liked armadillos. They're weird little animals. Denton's a weird little town, and I guess I'm a weird little dude. I don't know.
While Bobby might consider himself a weird little dude, his staff holds him in high regard. Rachel Robertson has been part of the brewery since 2018 and says that Bobby makes his staff feel like one big family.
He's an amazing boss, a great person to look up to, so it's pretty much always a pretty great time.
And Bobby was quick to point out his shared love for his staff.
Probably my favorite thing about the company that we built is my staff. We've got a really great team here.
And that team is important to the beer making process. Bobby begins by milling the grain, mixing, and more. He makes sure the remaining grain doesn't go to waste.
We have a couple guys that we work with that are ranchers that have cattle and pigs, and they feed that stuff to their animals.
The remaining liquid is then mixed with hops, spices, and other ingredients before being transferred to a fermenter, where it's introduced to yeast. This brings the almost beer to life and causes a rather gassy reaction.
They basically pee out alcohol and fart out CO2. Really, the things that make beer great are just waste product of yeast.
The fermentation process can take 2 to 8 weeks depending on the beer, and Bobby admits he has a few favorites.
So my favorite beer to brew is Scrappy Boy, because it's really easy to brew. Honey Please is fun to brew because when you're brewing it, it smells amazing in the brewery. The whole building fills up with this baked cookie smell.
Once the fermentation is complete, it is chilled, packaged, and on its way to retailers.
It's not in every bar. And we're trying. We're coming for you. If you don't have an Armadillo tap, you need one. Get one.
If brewing beer is an art, Armadillo's owner and brewer sure have a passion for Denton's artistic vision.
That's probably one of my favorite things about Denton is that artist community, creative community. I think that's what makes our town special and different from a lot of the other places in DFW.
Armadillo doesn't stop with the brewing process. Bobby encourages Denton's artistic spirit in each aspect of the space. Rachel has designed several cans for Bobby, like Black Bonnet and Chunky Baby Cakes, and even some wall art.
Did that big mural back there. Just brag about myself for a little bit. But it just makes it even more personal. Not only do I love the beer and love this place, I have truly invested myself into it.
Despite COVID restrictions, Armadillo has found creative solutions to maintaining business. According to TABC, since Armadillo doesn't sell food, they can't serve beer on their property, but they can sell it curbside or during their concert series.
And we have a band set up on the patio and play to the parking lot, and people can buy beer to go and sit in the parking lot and drink. Since they can't legally drink in here or on our patio, they can legally drink in public because luckily Denton has pretty laid back rules about drinking in public in the downtown area.
However, these restrictions will soon be changing. Governor Abbott is allowing bars to open back up to 50% capacity on October 14th. This requires specific guidelines and county judge approval. Judge Andy Eads has approved this measure in Denton. Bobby says Armadillo is planning to open.
Armadillo Ale Works can't serve you beer yet, but you can come on in and join them for a cup of coffee. Thanks for watching. I'm Cami Farrell on NTTV.
No matter how long you've lived in Denton, you know that there are great places to eat. It might be a hole in the wall, a food truck, or maybe a restaurant that isn't sure what it is. Steak in the evening, donuts in the morning. Here's Nathan Mayer and Oscar Lopez with more.
Welcome to Denton Nightlife, where businesses such as these invite the community to experience its variety of shops and restaurants. But what you may not know is that once you turn the corner, you'll find one unique place you may have never heard of. The Backdoe Donut Shop, where the sweet tooth meets the night owl. Backdoe operates out of the side of Queenie's Steakhouse, and you may not realize it, but just like they can cook a steak to perfection, they'll bake you a donut you could only dream about.
It's actually a really cool concept that, we do it out the side door of a steakhouse. It's something that's not really common for steakhouses just in general.
Most donut shops are only open in the mornings, so if you're a late riser, you may miss out. But with Backdoe's hours, you won't miss out anymore. Just make sure that you can get there fast enough.
We are open at 10 o'clock. We used to be open at 11, but currently at 10 to close. So our closing would be if we sell out of donuts, that would be it. So it's just pretty much a first come, first serve basis. So get here early and you'll have a better chance of getting a donut. Tonight we actually sold out before 11.
Backdoe has a lot of flavors and favorites, but one thing that separates them from other shops is their uniqueness and demand for these delicious donuts.
And we change our flavors up every week. So every week you can come to here on Friday and Saturday and have different styles of donuts. Last week we did cereal style donuts. We did a Fruit Loop donut and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So pretty unique, pretty cool. We also did a bacon and egg, so that's pretty sweet as well.
The idea originated from famous chef Tim Love, where he put together the steak and donut shop combo at his restaurant Lonesome Dove in Fort Worth. Queenies loved the idea and decided to run with it. Backdoe has been a big hit so far and not showing signs of slowing the operation anytime soon.
It's kind of hit the ground running and it kind of stuck, and I don't see us not doing donuts. Like a kind of a secret to Denton. If you come by, if you see the sign on, then you're going to be able to get a donut. And it's kind of an odd thing around, well, it used to be 11, so it's at 11 to midnight you could probably go and get a donut, which is, you know, you've been drinking, you've had a couple drinks, and you come by, get something to eat. So it's kind of fun. It's definitely a vibe type of thing.
Queenie's Steakhouse and Backdoe Donut Shop is located just off the square near the Wells Fargo at 115 East Hickory Street here in Denton. For more information, check them out online at queeniesteakhouse.com.
So it's pretty cool. It's definitely a different concept. It's something to give a try for sure.
So next time you're walking out on the square, be sure to keep an eye out for that neon Backdoe sign. You won't be disappointed. For NTTV, I'm Nathan Mayer.
When we come back, we'll show you the story of a business that started out on wheels and decided to park on the square. Stay with us. When you hear the term bearded lady, it's easy to associate it with a carnival. But this is Denton, so the bearded lady really is known for haircuts. Here's Hannah Mensch and Caleb Velez with more.
The Bearded Lady's first location was originally everywhere. What was at first a Matco tools truck was later converted into a barbershop on wheels.
We started as a mobile barbershop in the back of a Matco tool truck. It was turned into a shop that looks just like this, but just with one chair. It was originally meant to be able to travel around, but we got lucky enough to land behind East Side and to stay there. And now the wheels are flat, the engine doesn't run. We're pretty much a fixture there.
The barbershop truck is a little gym nestled within the city. The back door entrance opens to a singular salon chair, complete with a decorated interior that reflects the edgy style of the other two shop locations.
They started it and I helped kind of carry it through the first year. I helped develop the appointment times, the first clientele, just all of that stuff. So essentially I worked my way into ownership of it. But they did build out and create the Bearded Lady from the very beginning.
The Bearded Lady has really made a name for itself throughout Denton, possessing a variety of attractive qualities such as a flexible appointment schedule, ideal location settings, and a unique atmosphere. It's difficult to pinpoint what exactly has made this leap of faith mobile business such a success.
Bearded Lady is a place that both men and women can get their hair cut at. We have a pretty wide variety of people, lots of locals, we have lots of college students, professors, people that are in the service industry, musicians, artists.
Like the city of Denton itself, the Bearded Lady acts as its own little melting pot, attracting a variety of customers. The people of Denton take pride in the quirky barbershop, donating their own antique finds for the salon's eccentric decor.
I like the deer quite a bit because they double as hat racks from people that left their hats.
What began as a dream for three adventurous stylists starting a small mobile barber business later came true. as the group stumbled upon the city of Denton and decided to stick around. Having 3 locations in town, the Bearded Lady Barbershop has really spread its roots here in the heart of Denton, Texas. I'm Hannah Minch, NTTV.
Thank you for tuning in this evening with us here at Denton Connection. We hope to see you all again on October 23rd. Until next time, I'm Jordan Miller. Have a good night.